The following is for informational purposes only and is not intended as legal advice.
This video will give you deadlines for when you need to be in compliance with the regulations of the Food Safety Modernization Act, as well as some resources for learning more about what compliance means for you. When the FDA wrote the final regulations, they decided that smaller businesses would need more time than larger ones to get ready to comply with the rules. Therefore, compliance dates differ by size categories based on annual sales. Compliance dates for the Produce Safety Rule are based on January 2016 start date. Your annual produce sales will be based on a rolling 3-year average. Farms grossing from $25,000 up to $250,000 in annual produce sales are considered very small businesses, and the general compliance date for them is 4 years from the effective date of the rule. Farms grossing more than $250,000 but less than $500,000 annually are classified as small businesses, and the general compliance date for them is 3 years. Larger farms with over $500,000 in sales have 2 years to comply. Within each business category, farms get an additional 2 years to comply with the requirements related to agricultural water standards. The compliance timeline for the Preventive Control for Human Food Rule is a bit shorter, ranging from 1 to 3 years. Compliance dates are based on a September 2015 start date. Very small food businesses with annual food sales averaging less than $1 million have 3 years from the effective starting date to comply. Small businesses with fewer than 500 employees have 2 years to comply, and larger food businesses that meet either of these criteria have only 1 year. Compliance dates for off-farm produce packing operations covered under the Preventive Controls for Human Food Rule have been adjusted so that they are aligned with the compliance dates for farms conducting similar activities that are regulated under the Produce Safety Rule. Visit the Penn State FSMA website to obtain clarification on any of these compliance dates. But what's next, you ask? Where do I learn what I actually need to do to comply? Am I required to complete any training? The actual requirements of the regulations are beyond the scope of this presentation, and we will not delve into them here. If you are covered under any of the regulations discussed and are not eligible for any exemptions, you should take a 1 to 3 day training course to learn the details of what you will actually have to do. Non-exempt growers of produce covered under the Produce Safety Rule are required to take an FDA-approved course on farm food safety created by the Produce Safety Alliance. At least one supervisor-level person on your farm must complete the training. For those who are covered under the Preventive Controls for Human Food regulation and not eligible for any exemptions, training courses are currently being offered. Visit the Preventive Controls Alliance website for more information. Finally, visit Extension's FSMA website to learn more details about what you need to do if you are covered under FSMA regulations, and about modified requirements for those with exemptions. Be sure to keep up to date on new developments under the law and any changes you'll need to make in your operations to remain in compliance with the rules. You now know how much time you have to be in compliance with the FSMA Produce Safety and Preventive Controls for Human Food rules, and where you can go to learn more about trainings. As always, you can rely on the Penn State FSMA website for more information.